Hey, and welcome to the World Building Words of the Week, where we're going to be looking at building up and building out. Building up is often used by bottom-up designers, and building out is usually used by top-down designers. But as I point out, both strategies are used by people everywhere, whenever what your proclivities are towards design. So it's best to know both of them and to see how they work together. And so starting with building up, this is taking a lot of the disparate ideas that bottom-up users have. It's because they usually like to write first without outlines or plans, so then they have to kind of stop and go back and look for what are the patterns and what are their fantasy conceits, and they have to work from the inside out to figure out their own conceits. They use antecedents, which are the things that are necessary for the world to happen. They use streamlining, which is Brandon Sanderson's concept for magic systems, and interconnection, which I believe is also one of his. And they find the patterns of those and put them into the right categories until they can figure out what their fantasy conceits are. Once they have those fantasy conceits, this becomes the foundation of the world, and they're able to look forward and to figure out what the rules are already from what they kind of accidentally made to begin with. Building out is what top designers start with, as in they have an idea and they want to follow it to its natural conclusion. They have their ideas already in mind. But this is also where bottom-up users who have just now figured out their fantasy conceits by building up, now they can start building out with it and use those foundations that they did in the building up. They use extrapolations, follow the ideas to its natural conclusion, and these fantasy conceits have major ramifications on the world itself. These are the things that you're trying to examine, so they change the world significantly. So there you are, building up and building out. All world builders use both of them, no matter what proclivities they have. Top-downers always end up painting themselves in the corner, no matter how much hard work and forethought they put into it, so end up having to use building up strategies so they can then build out, which is what bottom-up designers end up doing. A good world builder should use both of these and be very familiar with both of them, and I've found a way to use both of them to quite quickly put a world together. So in a few days I'm going to put out a video where I just draw some fantasy conceits out of a hat and use building up and building out to design a whole new world on the fly in about an hour, and I hope you stick around to see that.